Because every day above ground is a good day. Some are just more questionable than others. Questionable call Monday edition. Let's roll with 8 on the board. And before we get to Bronny James and LeBron and all of that, let's look at this. From Portland, where they've got Pickles who are stripping. And I joke not. Look at this dude. Now watch what he does with his little G-string thong. What is that? What is that snap? I think this might be Tyree, our former teammate. I'm not sure. And now they're making it rain in Portland. Look at the pickle with his pickle. It gets worse. Portland, by the way, mind you, is known as Rip City. Well, they're calling it now Strip City. Look at this. Drop it like it's hot. Shake that thing. Show them what your mama gave you and spank it one time. Tonight, the Pickles got Strip City night. Yep, this is really happening. Take a look at this photograph that they posted. This is the team itself. And they are jumping on the Hawk to a trend. Look at the girl in front. She's crouched down. She's holding a giant pickle on a stick. The placement of that cannot be coincidental. All right, back to me. Questions on the board. Question. Family fun or just foul? Probably thinking I'm going to say foul, but it's not. It's a cartoon pickle. We live in a culture where even little kids are aware of twerking, dropping it like it's hot, strip culture, etc. Families have the money gun that make it rain. This is nothing new. This is good family fun. You have to explain a little bit, but that's okay too. Nobody's getting hurt. Let's stop looking for reasons to be offended. It's all good with the Portland. Now I want Portland pickle gear. I mean, he's my favorite mascot now in all of Major League and or minor league baseball. We continue on the countdown up to number 7, just like that. And it comes to us from Bronny James in the media coverage and LeBron, father of, with comments about his son. Keep in mind, Bronny made his debut this past weekend. Take a look at this. It was a tweet from Kicks, and they wrote, look at the scoreline. They made it look like Bronny dropped 21 points on 2-for-2 field goal shooting. Never seen a stat graphic structured like this. Let's get a closer look, shall we? That's what the stat graphic looks like. It is misleading. You'd think the number on top would be points. It's not. You'd think the middle number would be rebounds. It's not. 2-for-2 assists and rebounds. It looks like they're making something out of nothing. Then, our friends at Awful Announcing, who we love, they went even further. They pointed out that at ESPN.com and on the ESPN app, the front page was all about Bronny James. 4 points, shooting 2 for 9. No threes made. Neither free throw made. 22 minutes played. Let's get a closer look at ESPN.com. This was Saturday. That's the front page of .com. That's the front page of the app. And it is Bronny front and center. And then the 4 videos beneath it, Bronny in the caption, Bronny in the highlight, all 4 of them, LeBron James. Meanwhile, LeBron Sr., he said, we're not the same. My boy and I, not the same. I'm sensitive. He's not. He flat out doesn't care. Take a look at LeBron.
He doesn't care. I actually cared a little bit when I came in. I wanted people to like me, and some of the things that people were saying about me, it kind of bothered me early on in my career. I let it get to me. Bronny doesn't give a He doesn't. Bronny plays, he works his tail off. When he's done, he goes home and plays his video game. He does not care about nobody. He doesn't even listen to that stuff. He's like the complete opposite of his dad. His dad will say something.
Questions on the board. Question, is all the Bronny coverage justified? Yes or no? Yes, it is, and here's why. This is not the media trying to force you into what it is they want you to watch, consume, click, and like. This is the media giving you what it is you have proven to engage with. This is the advertising business. There is no agenda to push LeBron James and or his son. You guys are curious. The public wants to know. This is what trends on social media. This is what trends online. This is what trends on YouTube. So, in the business of advertising, which is all that this is, what we want to do is give you what it is you're looking for. That's how you get views, impressions. That's how you get click-through, and all of it. All of this coverage is the curiosity that you have. The drama, obviously, the story will continue. Don't think it's going away, because it's not. But also understand the media is not the problem. The public's curiosity is what drives this. We continue on in the coverage all the way to number 6, presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Take back control of your life. Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest, lemonade chugging contest. Before the video begins, I'm going to warn you. Watch closely, bottom left-hand part of the screen. Listen closely to the crowd because you got a dude who is projectile vomiting and the crowd is woeing with him like they're watching freaking fireworks. Take a look at this. There's one. Get ready. Get ready. Whoa, there's two. Now look at the winner. He's working his way over. He's getting closer. Oh, there's a third. And he's saying, dude, you got to go. You got to go. Now watch as the dude's walking away. Ready? Look at. Oh, one more. Meanwhile, the winner's like, yeah. How about me? How about some shine? Where's the love? The people are more interested in the dude puking than they are in the dude who actually won the championship. The question is on the board. Question. Is this absolutely awful or is it American AF? And I can't say what that stands for, but you know. This is American as hell. This is America. What's more American than the gluttony of eating competitions or chugging lemonade, the stupidity of it all? What's more American than a crowd locked in on a dude who is facing forward and vomiting? He's not under the table. He's not turned around. He can't even turn. He's just standing there like in Stand By Me, projectile vomiting. And the crowd is like riding a roller coaster. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Meanwhile, even to go more America, the dude who won this is like, this is my moment. He's moving out. He's telling the dude, you got to go because they're looking at you. They're paying attention to you. It's my moment. Move it along. Let me shine. The crowd didn't care. They didn't cheer him. They were locked in the dude who was puking. American AF, no doubt about it. We continue on the countdown to number 5. Presented by St. Lucie Battery and Tire, the home of honest, reliable service since 1970. 18 locations, total car care, great family. Hook it up one time. Maddie Keys, the American at Wimbledon, was doing things before she was forced to retire. Meanwhile, I want you to take a close look in a moment because you're going to see her coach, who was also her fiance, not realize that he was on live TV worldwide. Take a look at this.
She's had a lot of coaches over the years.
All right, they're talking about her coaches, changes, and now she's found one that worked. There he is, the coach. Uh-oh, what is he doing? There's a scratch, and now there's a pick. But surely he realized on TV he'll stop. Nope, he'll look, and then he'll shake it off.
I'm glad he didn't do what we
And even Renee Stubbs realized we thought she was going to eat it.
Camera off him while he's picking his nose.
Yeah. Take the camera off him while he's picking his nose. She's calling the shots now on live TV. The question's on the board. Question. Who was most to blame here? Is it the director or is it the picker? People don't realize how live TV works. There is a director who is looking at a wall of monitors. There's probably 16, 18 camera shots he can choose from or she can choose from. There's a technical director that does what they're told. So the director will say, camera 4, zoom in. Take 4. Camera 12, zoom out. Ready, 12, take 12. So probably the director in the spot is thinking, yeah, no, it's okay because it's the coach. They're still talking about him. I can look for my next shot. And while the director's looking away, doesn't realize this dude is picking his nose, looking at it, shaking it, and then going back in. Renee Stubbs is terrified that he was going to eat it. She even said as such and then told the cameraman, get off of this. The director, not locked in on the shot on the screen. You got to pay attention to what is happening in real time. But with that said, if you are a coach, a fiance, if you're in the player box, you have to assume that a camera is on you all the freaking time. Keep your fingers out of your nose. Stop picking boogers. Be aware. I've been in that player box. I've been in that player box at the U.S. Open many times, and I'm aware that I'm on TV when I'm not aware. And as a result, I'm not picking my nose, putting my fingers places they shouldn't be. The coach is to blame, but the director is more so to blame for not paying attention to the shot and getting off of it before we had a national, international incident of booger eating. Could you even imagine? Let's continue on to the countdown immediately to number 4. And it comes to us from Mad Dog Chris Russo on First Take talking about the new HBO Hard Knocks, which is in season. So there's no football. There's no preseason football. There's no actual footage of people playing. It follows the Giants. Take a look at what Chris Russo had to say.
I wouldn't watch that if it was in my backyard and close the blind.
Listen, I agree with you.
I wouldn't watch that if it was in my backyard. I'd pull the blinds. Question on the board. Question. Hard Knocks, off season. Good idea or bad idea? I mean, there's no football. And there's no like, hey, we're going to keep you. Hey, we're going to cut you. But more Hard Knocks is always a good idea because people consume all things NFL. And they are curious what goes on around draft time. And they are curious how these guys relate to each other, communicate with each other, how the process happens. It won't get the ratings. It won't get the clicks and engagement that the in-season will. And it certainly won't that the preseason will, because there's 3 different variations now. But Hard Knocks is a winner for a reason. And in an era in which HBO, now Max, is getting rid of sports programming and content and less creation of original, there's a reason why they do this. Because the consumer and the consumption is there. It's a good idea. It's just not the best version of the show. To number 3, we roll. Presented by Celsius. Essential Energy, Live Fit, Celsius Arctic Vibe today. Made of the good stuff, none of the bad. You see at the bottom, 0 sugars. Celsius, Essential Energy, Live Fit. John Cena, wrestling superstar, had a press conference. Money in the Bank says he is going to retire after next year, but he got asked at the press conference about Vince McMahon. Listen closely because the reporter is going to preface it by saying this is going to be difficult. And immediately, Cena says, well, let's lean into it. Let's give it a try. I want you to watch closely, though. When the name Vince McMahon is said, I want you to watch the throat and the Adam's apple of John Cena. And you tell me if he doesn't do a hard gulp swallow. Take a look.
This might be a difficult question for you to answer, but
let's lean into it. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
Obviously, when people are reflecting on your career, it's very hard to separate your career and Vince McMahon. And I want to know.
There's that
now
gulp.
you've
You
had
see it?
A lot of time to kind of reconcile what
Gulp.
has been alleged against Vince McMahon. Can you tell me what he has meant to your career and also how you have kind of processed what has come out over the last 2 years?
Well, surely an uncomfortable question. And man, I really would much rather talk about what's ahead of us, and that's really important. I've been pretty honest with my opinion to answer that question. And if you didn't see it, I know you can dig it up somewhere.
Questions on the board. Question. Did Cena handle this properly? No. He handled it perfectly. In fact, let's go 1P further. He handled it presidentially. We recently had a televised debate between the 2 candidates for the presidency. This is who you want answering questions at a debate. This is how you want someone to handle difficult questions and or conflicts. John Cena right here comes off as a presidential freaking candidate. He wasn't rude. He wasn't short. He gave an answer, and he said, I've been very clear on my stance on it. And the way he said it wasn't demeaning, demoralizing, or disrespectful. And he said, you could dig that up if you really want to. I'd like to look for it. This is PR 101, which I work in and which I teach. This is how you handle a difficult situation in question because you look good, you don't avoid it, and you tell folks, I'm on the record on that. If you really would like to revisit it, you're more than welcome to. You know where to find it. Cena handled it perfectly and presidentially. We continue on in the countdown. All the way to number 2. And it comes to us from Serena Williams commenting on Kendrick Lamar. Serena, born in Compton, California. Kendrick Lamar, South Central Los Angeles. Not like us. This summer, Serena talking about it being the hit of the summer, that she loves the song, that she jams to it. Take a look and listen to this.
Oh, I love that song. It's like a hit of the summer. Woo.
Hit of the summer.
When they play that jam, I'm jamming. Yeah, jamming.
When they play that, I'm jamming, says Serena. The question's on the board. Question. What is Serena actually doing here? Let me ask you a question. Serena, who'd she used to date? Oh, that's right. It was Drake. Let me ask you a question. A couple years ago, Drake had a song. He had a line disrespecting Serena's husband, Alexis, didn't he? Interesting. Drake and Serena used to date. Then they were good friends. And then out of nowhere, he drops a line dissing Serena's husband and the father of her 2 children. And what she is doing, and by the way, Serena, the queen of petty woman, Petty LaBelle, a former friend of mine, in conversations we've had about who's pettier. And I'm the pettiest. She is the pettiest person on the planet. What Serena's doing here is vouching for Kendrick Lamar and Not Like Us and basically taking a shot and further digging a hole for Drake. She's disrespecting him without mentioning his name. She's making him look bad. She's endorsing, if you will, Kendrick Lamar and Not Like Us and making Drake look terrible in the process. And by the way, who can blame her? Like the video, hit subscribe. We're getting near the finish here as we roll all the way to number 1. And it comes to us from Tenacious D, Kyle Gass, and of course, Jack Black. Remember who they gave their Tenacious D award to? Drew Holiday. And they said, we can ship it to you or we can do it poolside and present it. You're about to see Tenacious D presenting the award to Drew Holiday, but you're going to see Jack Black pretending that he's a sportscaster a la 1970s locker room presentation. Take a look at this.
Hello, it is Tenacious D here with Drew Holiday. Drew, you have won the Tenacious D MVP award. How does it feel?
Man, it's an honor, you know. Look at that beautiful thing, just how long the shaft is, and those basketballs down there at the bottom look beautiful and bronzy. It's really a dream come true.
If anyone's a baller, it's you, Drew.
And that's Tenacious D, over and out.
Jack Black is laughing because he didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to do. That's Tenacious D, over and out. Like he didn't say, let's send it back to the studio. He didn't know what to do there. The question's on the board. Question, Jack Black, annoyingly extra or national treasure? This man he's not a national treasure. Let's get real. He's a global treasure. He's a treasure of the universe. He can sing. He can dance. He can act. He's great with children. He's great with challenged developmentally, handicapped, disabled, the terms that they use. Children, he throws at one party for kids that are facing the greatest challenges and terminally ill kids. He's a special human being. He's a talented cat. But more than that, he never takes himself seriously. He's always fun. He's always funny. And by the way, the trophy, is intended, it's designed that way by intention, we should say. And just like that, we've come to the end. Hit subscribe. Hit like. And remember, kids, while every day above ground is a good day, some are just more questionable than others. Second night to the bad guy. We'll see you Wednesday.